Higher, further, faster, baby. Let's talk about The Marvels, which of course is now officially in theaters, and this is a movie that, obviously there hasn't been a whole lot of excitement behind it. The marketing campaign has been terrible, and again, there's just been no hype around this movie. There's so many people I've seen say, I'm just gonna wait for it to come out on Disney Plus. I don't care about this movie. I'm not gonna go see it in theaters. And that's pretty much the general consensus. And it doesn't help, especially considering, how a lot of recent MCU projects have been. I mean, Loki was great. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 was great. But then, well, then you got the Quantumania and you got the Secret Invasion. And just, Marvel hasn't been consistent with its good projects as of late. But the Marvels, if you give it a chance and actually go watch this movie, is pretty good. Now, of course, this is going to be my non-spoiler review, so if you haven't seen the movie yet, that's great. That's fantastic. Watch this video, and I tell you why you should watch this movie. Of course, I will be doing a spoiler review as well, but that'll be coming out later. So stay tuned for that. But let's talk non-spoilers for The Marvels. This is, of course, the sequel to Captain Marvel. So I will say it's better than Captain Marvel. Actually... Yeah, I would say it's better than Captain Marvel. Let's talk about our characters individually. Brie Larson is great here as Captain Marvel. She's a force to be reckoned with. She really proves how powerful she is in this film. The whole cast is great. Obviously, we now have the Marvels, which is our trio of Monica, Carol, and Kamala. And just these three, their chemistry is fantastic together. So I really enjoyed that. Teyonah Parris was fantastic as Monica Rambeau. I loved her in WandaVision, so I love seeing her come back here now. Learning more about her powers, really truly becoming a superhero, getting her superhero suit as well. She had a really cool power-up moment at the end, which looks super comics accurate. It was fantastic. But Ms. Marvel, Kamala Khan, is the heart of this movie. I don't know how much of a hot take this is or not, but I'm going to say it. Iman Vellani is one of the best castings in the MCU. As good as Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark Iron Man. She's that good. She just is this character, and she's just so fun in this movie. She brings such an innocence and a kind of youthful glow to the film, which youthful glow sounds like a weird thing for me to be saying, just to hear that come out of my mouth, because as if I'm not also youthful myself. I just graduated high school. I'm not that old. But she's the heart of this film. And you also have her family returning from the series as well. Her family was a great part. My best way to describe this movie is it's good, but it's nothing special. So it's a short movie. It's a really short movie. It's only an hour and 45 minutes, which, some movies are... they're that length, and it's fine. But this movie, this is short for an MCU film. This is the shortest MCU film to date, and you feel it. It feels really short, and the story feels kind of basic. But it reminds me of Blue Beetle. Blue Beetle, of course, came out back in August, I believe, and I really enjoyed that film. But again, I said the same thing about that movie, where it's good. It's pretty much it's a generic superhero movie. There's nothing that really makes this super special or out of the ordinary. But the one thing that did really stand out in that film was the family element, and that was another thing that was really evident here in this film and emphasized, was the family element, particularly between Kamala and her family, but also the family between Carol and Monica, because of course, Auntie Carol, Lieutenant Trouble, going back to the first Captain Marvel movie where Monica was a child and Carol was Auntie Carol. So I really enjoyed seeing that dynamic as well. The action scenes were really great. Director Nia DaCosta said she was inspired a lot by some video games, and you could definitely see that in action sequences, so I enjoyed that. Again, the chemistry between these characters was great. My main gripe with this film is the villain. The villain is Dar-Benn, played by Zaw Ashton, which I feel so bad about. This is a first ever in the MCU, and really just, superhero movies in general, that, fun fact, Zaw Ashton, who played Dar-Benn, the villain of this movie, she is engaged to Tom Hiddleston, who of course plays Loki. So this is the first time ever that two different MCU actors have had their project come out on the same day. Of course, Loki Season 2's finale and The Marvels on Thursday night. they both came out the same day, except Tom Hiddleston and Loki was fantastic and glorious, and then this was not so much. Now, to be fair, the character itself is pretty basic. There wasn't really a whole lot for her to work with, but I will say I wasn't a fan of her acting, even ignoring that fact. I hate to say it because I hate saying that about an actor because I know, like, I'm an actor myself, so I know, like, what people will put into a role. But it just felt very kind of cheesy and over the top. It was very, like, she had motivations and they were, like, I suppose justifiable motivations, but she was also kind of just like a basic villain and really, I don't think this is a spoiler, but she gets defeated and it happens very easily. And it just feels like she was an afterthought. Like, she doesn't really do a whole lot in the movie. She's just there. She's not super cool or anything. There's just not much going on. This is a really funny movie, though. I will say that. This is a funny film. Nick Fury, in particular, is hilarious, so I love that. Obviously, Goose is back. Now we got some Fleur kittens. So there's multiple Gooses, multiple Flurkins. There were some stuff in here that were a little goofy and a little over the top, like the Fleur kittens a bit. And also there was this planet where the people could only communicate through song, which we'd heard about, and I thought, like, oh, that's kind of a cool idea, but it did get a little annoying, and it was a little weird. Like, everybody's talking through song, which, I mean, I'm a theater kid. I love musicals and everything, but it was just a bit odd and just felt really out of place here in this movie. Like, I liked it. It was a good song and everything, but it just didn't feel like it fit in here. But, again, the Marvels are what shine in the Marvels. These three characters, their chemistry, their relationship together, what they go through, the whole swapping places, how they learn to deal with that. It was really great to see. I really enjoyed it. The end of the film definitely does a lot less about this movie itself and more set up for the future, which, I mean, a lot of it got me really excited, especially the ending of this movie. Oh, fantastic. Really good, hilarious, but like so good at the same time. And of course, we do have a post-credit scene, a mid-credit scene, so there's only one mid-credit scene. You don't have to stay through to the end of the credits. It's the mid-credits, and it's a big one, probably the biggest MCU post-credit scene we have ever had before. Obviously, I already did a video breaking it down, so if you've seen the movie, go check that out. If you haven't, go watch the movie and then go watch that video. And again, I'll be doing a spoiler review as well. But again, the Marvels, I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good movie, but again, it wasn't anything spectacular or special or out of the ordinary. I'd give it maybe a 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10. It was good. It was all right, but nothing special. So, anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What did you think about the Marvels? Did you think it was better than the first Captain Marvel movie? And, of course, non-spoiler thoughts in the comments below. Save the spoiler thoughts for the spoiler review. So now, guys, thanks for watching. Please drop a like if you enjoyed this video and hit the subscribe button so I keep you up to date on everything that goes on in the Marvel life.